Well, it's a Thursday, and of course, you're welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz here on JoyNews on Multi TV. And I'm pretty excited. It is a Thursday, and we have just a day for the weekend. But today we'll be talking about 3 music awards. Yes, tomorrow is the nominee announcement, and there was some interaction today. We'll give you details on that. And Kaki, the musician, where is she? What's happening to her? Well, we'll hear her voice today on the show. And also Celine Dion, I'm sure you've seen pictures of her, how she looks at the moment. But how does she feel about all those pictures? This and many more here on the show. My name is Doreen Avio. Don't go away. Now, if you just tune in, this is Let's Talk Showbiz, and yes, we're starting with 3 music awards. Now, organizers in partnership with Multimedia of the 3 music awards tomorrow will announce the nominees for the awards. But prior to tomorrow, of course, there was a media interaction today at the Accra Tourism Information Center here in Accra, or opposite Afrikiko. So it was more of a meeting the media to let them know what goes into the nomination list and how they came about with the names that will be announced tomorrow. My colleague Ivy was there, and he happened to speak to the CEO, Sadiq, and blogger Zion Felix.
I pray you go find someone just like me. Nothing for what my forte. When you're mad for you worry, you're more cost than I ever bought it.
Oh, damn stuff.
We have begun a journey that we need all hands on board to just run this journey together. I think as a country we have done well, we have come far with our music, and it's left for us to be able to go global. And these are some of award schemes are very key catalysts in exporting our music to the global market. And for us as a country, we consider all of us as one. So us as writers are also key catalysts. But if we do not write, the global market will not be able to read and click those musical channels to take a good look at our musical acts and patronize them. So together we are building the industry. So all we'll ask for is your complete and total support to ensure that we have a successful program by 30th of March. We cannot beat our hands to our chest and say we made it happen. It's Ghana music, and we are here to make it happen. So let's all, get our hands on board and make this happen. Thank you very much.
Last year you were at the event, right? 3 music awards.
No, I couldn't attend. I was in Kumasi then.
Oh, okay, but you heard everything about the hula baloo and everything, all the news coming out. Yeah. This year, what are you actually looking at?
I'm just looking out for a great show, and then I don't want to hear somebody's owing me, any artist not performing after the main event. I just want everything to go smooth as they just told them, because looking at the plan, everything looks very, very, very nice. You can plan a very nice thing, but the execution is where issues come up. So I'm just hoping that on the D-Day, that's somewhere around March, we get a very nice show without any problems.
But from the little media meeting here, what do you make? What is your perception, your general review of what is going to come up on the 30th of March?
I think this year's event will be bigger than last year's. Looking at the plan for the hype for the this year's main event, I think they bringing on board some people to hype on social media for them, announcing the nominees on radio for people to get to know about it. I think because it's not everybody who's online. Some people just listen to the radio and watch TV. So those people also have their share of the nominees. So I think this year's event, per what they just gave us, everything will go on well. That's if they're able to execute it, as I said earlier.
Well, and the categories too. Some categories have been merged. There are some introduction of new categories.
I think the producer of the year and then the song of the year category, where they'll give 2 different awards to producers of the year. If according to them, if a song wins song of the year, they will award the producer, and then they have a separate category for producer of the year. That is where it's confusing me. But I think per this explanation, they want to also reward more people, right?
Well, we're getting ready. We're ready, but we definitely would have to also continuously keep on preparing and dotting the T's and then the I's. And hey, is this slashing the T's and then dotting the I's? You know, so I mean, we're continuously working towards it. And you see, this is all the road to it. All of this is part of the process. So gradually, we keep dropping the key activities as and when. So now we're announcing the nominees tomorrow in the evening. The voting campaign immediately starts from there. After the voting campaign, you know, we'll start to announce key performing lineup and stuff ahead of the main show.
Okay. Well, so far, I've spoken to only one person, and the only bone of contention, or the only part that hasn't gone down well, with one producer winning producer of the year, and at the same time also being awarded on the song of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think
how did you arrive at this?
We explained it. It's also on the basis of feedback. Okay. Last year, what we wanted to do was that we made the Song of the Year 4-in-1 award. The whole idea was to be able to reward the people that worked within the value chain to creating the best song. However, also on the basis of feedback, we recognize that other people or producers may have worked and also really may need to be deserved. There's a possibility of the producer of the year's song becoming the song of the year anyway. If that happens, he's got double awards for it.
Right, so this is how we all prepared for tomorrow. So tomorrow, make sure you tune in to Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime. It's going to be on myjoyonline.com. So basically, you should stay tuned, especially you, the celebrities out there. You never know, you might be nominated, and it's just a plus for you for your good work for the year or the previous years. Now, moving on, I'm sure we have followed dancehall musician Kaki for all this while. Last year, I mean, there was a back and forth, you know, she and her management, and then eventually she left Ghana to the UK. So what we heard was that she was actually in the UK to further her education. But what happens to her music? I was in London last year. She performed at the Ghana Music Awards, and it was so refreshing to see her. But Dr. Pounds on Hits FM decided to check up on her to see that, Charlie, all your female musicians are doing so well in the industry, but what's happening to Kaki? And she says that she doesn't know what's happening. Like, she virtually has no plans for music. And, well, she's just been talking more on her music and her life in the UK.
Actually, I don't have a plan. Like, I really don't have a plan. And I don't want to say something and then later my phone will say, oh, but she said this. I really do not have a plan now.
Do you still want to do music?
I would love to. One, you don't say it on phone. It's very sensitive and it's very...
No, if you can give us, I mean, just brief, not very detailed.
It's
not detailed or something.
As such, but it's too sensitive for phone, like it's just a phone. You know, like some of the things you need to, like, talk with even your guests and talk with, like, you understand me? For people to understand you and not misinterpret or misunderstand what you're saying, and then it looks like, oh, she said this or she's bluffing. You know, it's not like that.
So basically there's something blocking, right?
There's nothing. I have songs. Doing music on your own is not easy. So on your own, creating your own support system and stuff like that, it's very easy to get distracted and stuff like that. There's nothing whatsoever blocking me. I admit that there are challenges. But later in the future, now that I'm done with my master's, should I get the opportunity to like jump on that? Fine.
Do you miss stage?
Actually, the truth is I don't anymore. I miss singing, but I don't miss. I don't know. There's a difference. Like for me, I miss singing, but I don't miss stage.
Did you watch a couple of events this very December?
I did.
And you never, I mean, it never clicked you or had a feeling that, yo, I wish I'm on this stage doing my own thing?
No. You know, the kind of stages that I probably miss are not the kind of stages that people will expect I miss. Stages like Samini Fest, stages like Carol's Night, which I've always wanted to do, but I was never given the opportunity to be on that platform. Legends and Legacy for Night, you know. Yeah.
So you listen to some of the girls, right?
Yes, I have a favorite. I have a new favorite.
So who is your favorite now?
Oh, my favorite is Jackson. Seriously, I think that literally she's the one replacing Ebony, and I think that she's not trying so hard. No offense to Wendy Shea. I think she's good, but the fact that like everything came in like she's to replace, and people say she's replacing, it doesn't really make Ghanaians really embrace her.
Right, so that was dancehall musician Kaki. So I don't know what's going to happen to her fans. I don't know what some of us are going to do, because yes, I really loved Kaki so much and her music, but it looks like it didn't work out too good for her. But you never know. For now, she's saying she has no plans. Maybe someday, just someday, Kaki might come back to the music scene. And now to some international stories. Celine Dion is in the news, and I'm sure you followed up on social media or every tabloid probably on the internet, and you have seen pictures of Celine Dion. I remember when we were growing up, we used to learn her lyrics, sing along, and the boys would say that's what they used to woo the girls back in the day. Now, seeing those pictures at age 50 was quite surprising, because she looked as though she had lost a lot of weight, and some even perceived that she was unhealthy, and now she has come out to actually clear the air on that. She says that maybe we have known her to always cover up, and so we don't see her body and all of that. She says right now she's so much into fashion, and maybe now that she has decided to show a bit of flesh, we kind of feel that there's something different about her. But she says she does what she loves to do, so whatever we say, she can't be bothered about it.
I think I'm at the best of my life right now.
Celine Dion.
To infinity and beyond.
She's totally open.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
And clapping back.
Yeah, there's another man in my life, but not the man in my life.
Oh yeah, she's talking about her 34-year-old dancer companion, Pepe Munoz. They've been spotted everywhere, even PDAing for the last 2 years.
I think he's incredible.
But guess what? They're not dating.
Pepe has been playing a big role in styling me. We're friends, we're best friends. And of course we hug and we hold hands and we go out, and so people see that. I mean, he's a gentleman. I mean, it's like he's giving me his hand to go out, and I don't mind because he's handsome and he's my best friend.
The 50-year-old who lost her husband Renee in 2016 says she's single in the new interview with Dan Wooten on ITV's Lorraine.
But you're very much single, Celine.
I am. When I say I am single,
yes.
Please. Leave me alone.
But that's not the only thing Celine's firing back on. Some critics have slammed her daring fashion and slimmer frame, and she's not here for it.
Don't bother. Don't take a picture. And you cannot please everyone all the time. Sometimes people will say, oh, whoa, that was maybe a little much. If you like, I'll be there. If you don't, leave me alone.
So that was Celine Dion, and let's just learn to appreciate it. As she said, let's just love her the way she has chosen to live it right now. My name is Doreen Avio, and of course you can catch me same time tomorrow here on Joy News on Multi TV. Do have a wonderful evening.